In the summer of 2022, two friends and I booked our flights and flew from Germany all the way to the beautiful island of Sri Lanka. We had one of the best times of our lives, and this video is about that summer. Martin, Toby and I, we're all medical students. In the last year of medical school in Germany, we were allowed to spend some months in hospitals abroad, and we decided to go to Sri Lanka. There, we lived in the city of Galle on the south coast and worked in the surgery department of the Karapitiya hospital. And because Sri Lanka has a rich variety of historical, culinary and touristic destinations, the hospital gave us a few days off to explore the country. So at 5 a.m. on a calm Sunday morning at the Galle train station, with the blue waves of the Indian Ocean at our backs, our journey began. Let's go! We traveled by train from the south to the north of the country, taking 13 hours. The trains were old and leftovers from the British. Once we arrived, we tried Tamil food and explored the city the next day. It was my first experience with Hinduism. The temples were stunning and the ceremonies captivating. We then traveled by train to Anuradhapura, the ancient royal capital of Sri Lanka. There we saw beautiful religious structures called stupas. Huge! We learned about the importance of Buddhism to the people and enjoyed the peaceful atmosphere. We also visited the Sri Mahabodhi, a stem of the tree under which Lord Buddha gained enlightenment in India. Nearby, we had the chance to climb the Adam's Peak, a small mountain with a temple at the summit. This is a popular destination for watching the sunrise. To experience it, we woke up at 2 in the morning, took a tuk-tuk, climbed thousands of huge stairs and enjoyed the view above the clouds as the sun rose and breathing in fresh air. But you also gotta be careful. After sunrise, the monkeys suddenly turn up and can be dangerous if you mess with them. If you're cool, they're cool.
Yeah.
And next up was the region around Ella. Lots of cool bars, luscious jungle all around and much cooler air than in the rest of the country. We also did a cave tour. It took a few hours, but at the end of the cave, we swam in an icy cave pool. After that, we went to the Nine Arches Bridge, which is very popular. But in all honesty, it's a nice bridge, but that's about it. After Ella, we went to Sigiriya, which are two huge rocks in the middle of the jungle. One of them has a garden on top. We climbed on top of the other and experienced another breathtaking sunrise. The serenity and noises of the jungle animals was overwhelming. And when the sun crawls up and its rays start hitting your face, you get a feeling that all is well. It's a beautiful feeling and really hard to explain. The train route from and to Ella is famous. There's a special slow-moving train now that allows leaning out of the train and really taking in the views. Going on the scenic train route is really worth it. The country's southern half is perfect for surfing. There are lots of great beaches with good breaks and nice swell. I tried surfing there but found out that it's not for me. Despite this, spending time at the beach with my friends was a beautiful ritual to either start or finish the day right. Sri Lanka's nature is diverse with a wide variety of landscapes, climates and wildlife, offering something for everyone. We saw elephants, chipmunks, monkeys and even Komodo dragons around the sewers, snakes and various birds and fishes. We also went on a jungle tour with a beautiful waterfall where we took a swim. The people of Sri Lanka were great. They welcomed us with wide open hearts. Everybody was super kind and open to share their culture, their food, living rooms, stories, surfboards and tuk-tuks. What really impressed me though was how peaceful, patient and civilized the people were, even though the country was going bankrupt and putting food on the table was increasingly difficult for them. Witnessing our privilege was humbling, and I feel huge respect for the people of Sri Lanka. We met a guy who booked a luxurious place while we had booked the place recommended by the university. This turned out to be the best decision because our host family was a blessing. They invited us to dinners and the New Year's celebrations. This also meant that we had somebody to turn to for advice on trips, food, surfing places and all around how to live in Sri Lanka. Our host Lucky was a super cool guy. Us three saw Lucky as our chief that always had our backs. We love you, Lucky. I don't know why, but I somehow don't have that much footage of the food. I want to try to sum it up though. There's lots of rice and curry dishes and also dal, which forms the basis of the Sri Lankan kitchen. There's also really fresh seafood.
Coconut sambal. Oh, I know that this is really hot, right?
Getting around the country was pretty easy. There are lots of trains, tuk-tuks, buses and taxis. Using a train was a pretty effortless experience. The tickets cost just a few dollars, but the trains were almost always packed. You always touched your bench neighbor, and if the train didn't move or you didn't sit next to a window, it could get pretty hot inside. Also, the tracks were a leftover from the British and very old, which is why the train rides were very bumpy. The local buses are a whole different animal. They are called Leyland buses and connect neighboring cities. These buses drive super fast and sound like freight train when they pass. Because the roads aren't made for huge buses, they overtake scooters and tuk-tuks in dangerous maneuvers, and that is a harrowing experience.
Wow, oh my god. Oh my god.
Unfortunately, in the hospitals we saw some amputations caused by crashes with Leyland buses. Inside the bus, there's always loud music with tons of lights and drapes everywhere. It really is an experience. Unfortunately, during our time, the country's economy and politics imploded. The national currency, the Sri Lankan rupee, lost a lot of value over a matter of weeks. The protests were everywhere. We experienced 14-hour-long power cuts and also gas shortages. The gas shortage was so bad that people had to line up for many miles and even had to sleep overnight to not miss their place in the queue. Overall, the protests were peaceful, but the frustration and desperation of the people was palpable. We were definitely grateful for the lives that we had. Thankfully, our host Lucky guided us throughout our stay, so nothing bad ever happened to us. That's it. Thanks for watching the video. If you've got any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below or message me on Instagram. Take care, people.